feel like these days us younger indigenous artists are sort of like, we're almost creating like new indigenous songlines like in what we're doing, you know what I mean? My name's Joshua Eggington, but I perform under the name of Flewent. I'm a Noongar man. I live here in Perth, but my people are from down south. And yeah, I've been here my whole life. The community I grew up in is mostly the Noongar community, and it means pretty much everything to me. I'm trying to become somebody who betters my community, who can contribute and strengthen my community. My community is so important to me because it gives me an identity, and it gives me strength and makes me strive to do better.
That's what's expected when you always reject it, yeah.
The song concept, that was weird, that changed. It started off, I thought I was going to do something, and then it just sort of evolved into something else. But I actually rang my uncle and I said,
Is there a name for the first kids of the mob after Stolen Generation? They'd be the first the first children of survivors, or the first children of... That's the theme that I'm trying to go for. It's like those... It's almost like they're kind of like the first kids after Stolen Generation. So you had Stolen Generation, and then my mum were the first kids born from those kids that were in Stolen Generation. So it's almost like they're like the first to feel that ripple effect of what Stolen Generation did. So it was really hard for them, that my mum's generation, because their parents didn't know they didn't know their culture, and when they all had kids, these kids, no one knew none of their family, and they'd all end up in these like missions outside. And then what would happen was DCP would come through and take the kids again. So he was saying like, instead, Stolen Generation never ended, because what was happening was the kids were just getting taken in a different way, because they were just getting taken by the government. It was like they were the children of the files. The government files still.
That's what he came to understand, and I just felt connected to that straight away. As soon as I heard that, I was like, that's it. That's what I want to call the song. Yeah.
The lie. To survive, that the children of the files, and none of them know why. Yeah, say like that's what Dina.
First to be allowed to thrive. First to live their lives. So hard to survive. The children of the files, and it makes you wonder why.
So now young people need to understand the history, and the history being told through the lens of our own people and our right to tell our story our way.
When I see these sort of paintings like this is the visual version of the sort of music that I want to create, because it tells a hard truth, and it's told by Aboriginal people, and this is what I do with my music as well. It's these hard-hitting things that really do seem to get the message across better, because it's not until someone's uncomfortable do they really start to realise that something is wrong.
Because when you look at the statistics of incarceration, and you look at the pandemic of suicide in our communities, and then you start to understand that what they took out of our people's lives in order to control and to destroy our people's strengths was our culture. So that's what we need to feed back into our young people's lives. And I think transitioning that knowledge through where our young people are today and what their interests are, particularly in terms of hip hop, because if that knowledge is transitioned through, and it acts like a conduit through to that young person's life to come back through what they've heard within a song, to look at the bigger depositories and archives of culture within our community, then I think it's invaluable. It's a process of connection that I think has never ever been, prior to this generation and this era, ever accomplished in order to change the lives of people for the better.
And that's what the old songs were, to tell stories and stuff, and that's what we're doing with our music. So as long as we keep true to that fact, that you're always trying to educate your people or others on what's going on with you, your life and your culture, then I think like you're doing the right thing. Yeah. My overall message would be, my people are strong, we're resilient, and we'll be here, and this is Aboriginal land, and and we're proud of who we are.
Thank you everyone who's came out and come to support us. You know, I think what was happening here, we're trying to build a scene for some of our, like, you know, artists that don't get that sort of chance, you know, and unless you know people in Perth, it's so hard to get shows, it's so hard to do anything. I've been grinding for years trying to get a name, and it's so important that we got these guys that are trying to create that opportunity for us. So that's the biggest thing that I think's happening here, and I love that. We are Grit. Yo, mad love the Grit series. Mad love to everyone out here tonight. Peace.